Well, tonight we are just 1 week from the Detroit mayoral debate with candidates Benny Napoleon and Mike Duggan facing each other right here at Broadcast House.
We're meeting with both candidates, starting with Mr. Napoleon tonight, who's going to give us an idea of his vision for Detroit. Each candidate, by the way, will get exactly 5 minutes. Welcome and thanks for joining us tonight. 1 year on the campaign trail. Are you tired of shaking hands and kissing babies yet?
I'm never tired of shaking hands or kissing babies, Stephen. Everything's great.
But this campaign stuff?
You know, it's challenging at times, but I'm okay. You know, I've had tough jobs all my life.
We understand. So let me ask you your first question. You know, if you're elected mayor of Detroit, you're going to have to work with emergency manager Kevin Orr. What do you think about the judge's ruling today about the names of people who interviewed for that job and applied for that job should be released? I know there's a stay on it, but do you think those names should be released?
Absolutely. I mean, this is government, and we believe the government should be transparent. When you apply for a job with the government, then people have a right to know who you are, what your qualifications are, and you should know that when you make that application. I don't see any reason why there should be some withdrawal or not releasing the name. So I believe the judge made the right decision, and I think that, you know, ultimately it will be upheld.
Now, currently Mayor Bing is having some issues. He has made it very clear that he is not getting a great deal of cooperation from Mr. Orr. Believes he's being shut out of the process. Now, obviously, if you become mayor, you step into this process. Mr. Orr will be here for a while, and then you become the curator or the caretaker of a bankruptcy. How do you plan to deal with him in that short interim and then the longer interim of being mayor of a city under bankruptcy?
You know, I have made no secret, and I think this is probably the biggest difference between me and my opponent. I don't believe that Kevin Orr is here legally. I believe that it is a violation of the Constitution. We have not shown a compelling interest why the governor should be able to nullify our vote and impose his will on the people of this community.
Can you stop it and turn it around?
Well, what's going to happen, I believe, is in the federal court case, I believe that Mr. Orr will be determined to be here illegally, and I'm hopeful that that would happen. In the event that that does not happen, the fact is the guy's a dictator. He's a king. He can do whatever he chooses to do, which is why I believe that the court will overturn it. Here's a person that can spend infinite amount of the city taxpayers' dollars, doesn't have to get permission from anybody, doesn't have to have any checks and balances, hires who he chooses to hire, doesn't have to bid out contracts, all the things that if a person was elected did them, you all would be real upset about that, saying that how you going to just pay somebody without getting a bid, knowing you're getting the best value for the dollar. Yet this person gets to do it, stay here, do all kind of damage to the city, leave and never come back. This could be the first and last time he's been in the city.
Let me ask you another question, though, before we run out of time. Mr. Orr said, sitting here, to both of us, he basically said, if we don't go through a bankruptcy now, which we should have made changes a long time ago, the city of Detroit will die. I mean, how do you counter that?
I don't believe that for 1 second, that this city is on the verge of dying and falling off the face of the earth. We have not exhausted all of our remedies before we have gone into bankruptcy. There are other options that we could have pursued, negotiations with the labor unions, talked to the citizens of this community. They may have decided that they want to give some special incentives to keep the city afloat. So to say that this city was going to die, I'm not buying it. He's a bankruptcy lawyer. That's what he does. He came here to do what he's doing right now, and I find it highly offensive, to be quite honest.
So let's talk about your plan then. What is your plan to turn this city around with or without bankruptcy?
First and foremost, we have to affirm Detroit as a safe city. If this city were a business and we had lost over 1 million customers out of 1.7, wouldn't you want to know why? Well, the biggest reason people are leaving the city of Detroit is because they don't feel safe. I didn't say it. All you have to do is ask them. The second thing is we have to fix the school system. We have to turn the lights on. We have to get rid of the blight. So my plan encompasses that. First and foremost, I have a square mile initiative that is going to affirm this city as being safe. It's the most progressive crime-fighting initiative that this city has seen in over 100 years. Secondly, we're going to reinvent this community. We're going to transform it 1 square mile at a time. Every single district, council district, will get an economic anchor so people can do what I did as a young man in this town, shop where I live. But you have to make sure that it's safe. So you have a police, fire, and EMS public safety mall attended to that shopping, dining, and entertainment so people can finally spend their dollars in the city of Detroit, which will help grow this community and create jobs.
We only have a minute left. I want to ask you about just yesterday. The bus drivers walked off the job basically saying they didn't feel safe because they're being attacked by the riot riders. I mean, that's part of making the city safe. Do you like what Chief Craig is doing in the city of Detroit? Do you like his plan?
Well, first and foremost, and he has a very difficult job. I know because I did that job. And he will only be as successful as the support that he gets from the administration. We need to make our buses safe. That's an essential mode of transportation for a great number of Detroiters and for those bus drivers. I've talked to them. They've endorsed me. They support me. I've talked to them about my plan for making the buses safe. I commanded the Bluebird unit as a young executive in the Detroit Police Department. We came up with the first transit safety plan that this city has seen, and we know how to make the buses safe.
You've got 30 seconds. Make your pitch to the voters.
The bottom line is that this city has to determine the course of leadership. We have to decide who is going to take this city into a direction for the next 40 or 50 years. I believe that I'm the best candidate for the job. Just look at our histories. I'm willing to stand up and have my background scrutinized. I've never done anything untoward. I believe in fair and open government. When people do wrong, I put them in prison.
All right, that's going to do it for us. We appreciate you coming in and talking to us for 5 minutes.
I look forward to seeing you at the debate next week also.
I'll be here, I promise.
On that point, mayoral candidate Mike Duggan will be our guest tomorrow night at 7, sharing his vision and plan for the city of Detroit. Again, that's tomorrow night right here, same time, same channel.